Now, I've been doing myself a good amount of thinking these past couple of weeks, and mainly around games and where to get games. You see, I primarily use PlayStation and Nintendo, and there's a great deal of crossover. I mean, Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster is available on all platforms, and you would think that on the Nintendo Switch, that's where you're going to want to play a game like Pixel Remaster, or maybe Dragon Quest, or something like that, because of the portable aspect. And in most instances, I would say absolutely, that's where you want to go. The portable aspect of it all is great, and the performance when it comes to games like, again, Pixel Remaster or Shovel Knight or these kind of third-party titles, the Nintendo Switch just has a great experience. Why be stuck at a desk or on your TV when you can take it on the go? But that's really not as appealing anymore due to one very specific thing: backwards compatibility. Now, we don't know for certain if Nintendo is going to grant us gamers backwards compatibility with their next console. And it's safe to say that anyone who has a Nintendo Switch now is going to probably go and get a Nintendo Switch 2 or whatever the next Nintendo product is. Because if you're a Nintendo Switch fan, you're probably looking and waiting for the Nintendo Switch 2. But with there being so much question whether or not Nintendo is going to grant backwards compatibility, whether it's a good business decision or a bad one, for the fans, it's bad, right? Fans, we like to play our games, we want to keep them with us, so it really hurts us. But for business, it's great because it forces more purchases and it forces excitement around new hardware, though I think the excitement's there regardless. At any rate, it forces the hand a little bit. I want to play the new games, but I have to play it on a new system. I think it's odd that they would omit backwards compatibility if they do so choose to do that, but it really does change how I, as a gamer, or as someone who plays video games rather, because that's really more what it's about, is approaching purchasing games right now in 2023 going into 2024. We know, or we're fairly certain, that the end of 2024 is when we're going to be getting this new console, and so we're kind of patiently waiting for that to happen. Well, that doesn't mean that we don't want new games. I personally am rediscovering or discovering new ones all the time and wanting to share that with my friends. Granted, a lot of my friends are PlayStation users as well, and so I'm actually purchasing a lot of these third-party titles that I want to play portably on the Nintendo Switch on my PlayStation. And the reason for that is because I do not want to have to worry about this backwards compatibility. Because with PlayStation, a newer system is going to be a revision, right? So you don't have to worry so much about that. And as far as backwards compatibility is concerned, the PlayStation 5 has got backwards compatibility with the 4 and the 4 Pro, whatever you want it to be. So we're safe. I don't like this ambiguity or precedent that backwards compatibility and Nintendo don't really exist. First off, it's not true, but I'm very concerned. So I don't know what you think about all this. If you think that backwards compatibility is there and you don't need to worry, great. If you're like, I don't care, I'll just buy the game twice, awesome. I'm not really in that boat. Just let me know in the comments below. Let's have a conversation about this. But most of all, as always, happy gaming.